Telling me what I want up in the streets. Me live me life and me not stress.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How you doing? It's your girl, Fundi Ntshwanti. I'm gonna sleep for your lady friend on radio. But right now, we are YouTubing city hashtag. What happened to Spaza? That's the big question right now going around. So don't forget to subscribe. Ne? We are Culture TV. You can subscribe. You can like us. Also follow us on Instagram. We are all over right now, guys. So today it's a special one. As you can see, I'm all alone. I have nobody. I'm all alone. We don't have a guest because we decided let's do this thing of reacting and replying to your comments, to your questions. Abanye benu requested artists ezithile, and we did speak to those artists. Some of them declined. They declined us. Abanye are still coming. Abanye they did come. Jalo jalo. So we're gonna reply to your comments. Check Guti from episode 1 of season 2. Episode 1 we did with Crosby. Shout out to Crosby. Thank you so much for coming through. That interview, I'll tell you now. For me, it was the most informative, man. Like bekuthetha abantu abadala there. You know, I became Mrs. Fundi because I was talking to Cross. So we're gonna go check out your comments and see if ikona anything that you guys needed help with in terms of okanye needed us to reply on. I'm Tuti. Also, shout out to you guys for these comments. Shout out to everyone for, commenting and liking and subscribing. Everyone that's already subscribed. I'm Tuti is like a conscious listener. Oh, Uti, as a conscious listener, I'm here first. Yavabuzo, he's here first. We give thanks to King Crosby for coming through. Yeah, we do. Shout out to you. So yeah, man. Thanks, Tuti Kakulu as a conscious listener. He was there first. A big shout out to you, my brother. Hopefully you also subscribed, eh? I think commenting or subscribing. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Am I?
No, they can.
They can,
if they are logged in with their Gmail account, or if they are logged into your account.
Okay, so they can still comment. Okay, yeah. So Yanga, if you have not yet subscribed, please do. And then P is the cool guy. Mr. P is a beautiful interview. Fundi Crosby, dope one, my G. Dankomfethu enkosi kakhulu. Thank you, PZHO. Yeah, this interview, I think this interview was very informative, and also it was a nice take, from a producer's side, not like an artist's side, because Crosby was more of a producer in terms of his bars, where he's an artist, but reggae artist. But now he was talking about his bars from a producer side, and he's worked with a whole lot of his bars kids, like whole lot. Yabon esibaziyo nesingabaziyo amanye amagama, because abanye are way before our time. And then Gugsimdze is like, I don't know how many times we get these. I don't know how many times we get these. Maybe we should now start when we have an episode with an artist, artist, of course, is a link of whatever that's out there for people to get the songs, because guys, we can't ask us like, no, bruh, we can't do that. Imagine us via WhatsApp, like, how are we gonna do this thing? Bluetooth. And apparently that's how Spaza got killed, because Bluetooth. So no, we can't do that. Let's move on, man. Let's move on. I feel we got very positives. Go cross, which was a great interview. I cannot stress that enough. We go to Naked Mind. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, we should actually. How many times have I said quiz episode on the show, guys, give me a bit of like we've had
our sound engineer.
He's sitting here listening to me saying, yo, we need this, but he doesn't do anything about it. Come on, guys, come on, we need it. Okay, episode number 2 was Naked Mind. Woo! Firstly, can I just say, Naked Mind, the idea was to try and have all 4 of them, right? Yeah, of course, being sensitive to the fact that Oksalayo now, they are no longer 4, there's only 2 of them, Abashegle, but it would have been a nice conversation to speak about Naked Mind, yeah, back then, when Bepelel. But yeah, I guess, isn't it, we're still not ironed out, yeah, as you guys saw in your episode, but things were still not ironed out. So, and Slash being in and out of the country, so it's not very easy to get a hold of him. I'm still trying to get a hold of Slash, by the by, just so you know. So we still have not been successful in that one. So let's go to the comments. So also, well, before on the tip of getting most of the guys, we try to get Madness to be part of. We try to get Madness to be part of it, guys, and. Pizzo was not having that. Pizzo was like, nah, he's not. But I understood him, yabo, because being a show like Gendlela, beef or anything, yabo. He was like, no, because it's no longer part of a Naked Mind, so it would not make sense for them to have Madness. So he was like, no, in that sense, but not like in the sense I type of vibe. But for me, it was like, come on, bro, let's just
reunite.
You know, I was trying to reunite them. Because imagine if we would have been successful in getting them all together. Yeah, but because even Madness, when he got here, he was like, so I was like, okay, you were even down, but now it would have been nice, man, to say, because of your podcast, there would have been even a song after that.
Even on social media, but needs were asking,
why not?
You know, why don't we have all 3 of them? You know,
yeah.
About what really happened.
Yeah.
So I guess is reason
for a reason.
Yeah.
But now, I want to stress, Uguti, we can't say Ebanduin, because Naked Mind has been just the 2 guys for a long time. Yeah, so also it would have been. Understand Pizzo, man. It would have been confusing, because then with having to answer to people interview, so why so he was trying to because it be confusing, but interview as Naked Mind, because being as good interview Naked Mind and in Madness, it is out in Naked Mind, so people would have assumed when they're back together. So I get where he's coming from, because they've had to answer why being together for a very long time. Yeah, but even today, Abandu that hasn't watched the podcast, Abandu that haven't seen or heard the interviews, Zabo saying we no longer and I don't know. We can even go as far as saying they'll never. I don't know. after a few things that were said, don't know, guys. Let's just hope. Mhlambi, because Madness did mention, but if ngabakhona imali, so mhlambi if we get like a big sponsor, we would see them. Anywho,
musically, they would come together, but not on a personal level as they were before.
Yeah. Funny thing though, okay, we are not on Madness episode, so let's not touch on it. I'll touch on it episode Madness. So let's put a pin on what I was about to let's put a pin on what I was about to say. Let's go to our comments. Comments here to Msai saying, glad this interview happened. I enjoyed it. Shout out to Msai. Shout out to you, Msai, man. Thank you so much. Nama was actually glad that interview happened, because yes, I've interviewed the Naked Mind on radio, where we spoke about the split, and we spoke about, and it's always been what they said, but we don't know what happened. Amachita just left. Yeah, well, it's always been that. We've never really gotten the scoop. This is what happened, and all of that. So yeah, Bravo Leroux saying, dope interview, gave me more insight about Iwe's Ninzi. Shout out to you, Bravo. A lot of these names have come out with conversations of the podcast, like Magamao Bravo, Umsai's name has also came out. So it's good to see Wuti niggas are here and watching and on the comments. Shout out to you guys, all of you. Thank you so much, man. I know what Bravo is talking about, actually, Ubana, because a lot of people that I've been talking to about the podcast, because we've had great reviews with regards to the podcast, and people have been receiving it very well, and they've mentioned Ubana, yeah, like I've always wanted to know, so I'm so glad that you spoke to this. Please, because they want to, people want to know things. They want to, like, they have puzzles, so they want to put as pieces together. And it's all, I guess it's all love for the guys, like the craft is the artist. So I guess when people love you, they want to know and what I like mainly is that no one is asking about their personal stuff and personal lives. They want to know in terms of about what happened. Why did you stop working with Ubani? Why are you not performing with Ubani anymore? And so it's nothing personal. Because you know why? I've been also getting comments from Abanye saying, hey, juice. No, there's no juice, guys. Like, if we're going to talk about this, that happened within the music, what do you mean it's juicy stuff? Like, there's no juicy stuff. I mean, his was the special one, but but like, it's not like we are gossiping in terms of that happened to Abandu. No. Yeah, if people want to take it there, amen. Let's go. Let's go. Then we have another comment from Nick Makida. Nick is also a very, he's like a long time fan of Ispaza. Because I don't know him as Umdo, I know him as a fan of Ispaza. He's been around for a while. So he's like, great interview. Look as to how Spaza started. The OGs from Fu Manchu can assist here. See if you can track them down. One of the crew members is still around. Go Kailicha. I was in the studio with Fu Manchu when I first had a Xhosa boom bap track, and the tracks were old and new, unreleased songs. This was back in 1997. You see what I'm saying?
Fu Manchu, even on season 1, it popped up on the comments. People were saying, except bring him on, because I think he's one of the OGs. I think I also spoke with Uzanzolo regarding this. He also mentioned him. So I think he's one of the guys that were also instrumental.
Especially now that we've gotten one of the OGs. Yeah. I think to balance what the other OG said, we should actually speak to. So again, another big shout out to Nick for that reference, because we really will look for Ulandu's the Fu Manchu member guy that you speak of. So we hopeful.
Wait, is it a group or
it's a group, but then Utikalog, one of the members, one of the crew members is still available.
Okay, sure.
So it's a crew, Yona. And then he's like, regarding your guest, yes, Pizzo got big at all NYs. That Nolita track was massive. I also still remember how nervous Madness and Mike Stepstons were when they performed at all NYs for the first time. Your journey must pass by Urasteba of Skim, DAT, Image, Retex, Brazuca, and Planet Earth. These kids will get us closer to where Ispaza originates. Anyway, keep them coming. We're here for it. Yeah. Big shout out, man. I love that. Comments like this is Basilayo, man. You like, I'm on the right track. Type of vibe. You're like, yeah, I'm on the right track. So thank you so much, Nick, for that one. And yeah, you mentioned quite a few of them. And I'm glad to say Image we've already gotten on the show. Hopefully people watched the episode. Retex, I spoke to him and he's keen on doing the episode, but he was just not personal wise, personal reasons, he was not ready yet. But he's one of Abantu, of course, that we were like, we gotta. You can't speak of his Spaza and not mention him.
Yeah, we remember I spoke to a manager, so.
Yeah. We don't want to reveal a lot. We don't want to reveal a lot. So. Yeah,
let me not say
all that we are saying is that he will come through. That's that we know and we are sure of. We can say that, but he will. We just don't know when. Because also we don't want. We are not forcing people to come through on the podcast. When it's all voluntarily, and it's people sharing their stories, their journeys with regards to Ispaza. So if one does not feel comfortable, then we can't say, yeah, but we have to respect that and respectfully move on to the next one. So I'm glad to say is mentions Lapa. They seem keen. We are born. That, he was definitely keen. So be on the lookout. That's all we're going to say about that one. For now. So shout out to you, Nick, because kakulu. And then Flash Ikumkani. Flash, humble boy, love that boy. Thank you so much, Flash. He's like Naked Minds forever. That was his comment. Yeah, man. Shout out to you, Flash. Hopefully one day we'll speak to you. But I feel like Flash is like the new doors. So when we bridge go to the new school or the new youngings, then Flash will probably be one of the Abantu that we'll speak to.
Because Ucho must know inspiration comes from OPs or all that Spaza, crew back then.
OGs, yeah.
So we inspiration so definitely. I'm sure he has the history now regarding.
Yeah, because Abanye busy artists were they probably like from Bebugele, from the fans side, and now look at the kind of work they're putting in, and in the so of course it would be nice to speak to one of them and then at the city. Hey, I was a fan. Look at me now. So yeah, we'll definitely be talking to the youngings very soon, but we have to first, because the show is what happened. I'm a man. Oh, put Ben Magoti. And then Samo is on some great interview to us as the Spaza fans. But I would like you guys to bring up Inkanyamba crew or Umabra from Inkanyamba, because his friendship with Inkanyamba seems not to be there, or not to be the same. So we want to hear what's going on. I'll tell you this about Inganyamba. They approached us. They do definitely want to be on the podcast. It's a matter of because I believe Abanye Baba are working. So when we are available, they're not available. There's only just one of them. So yeah, definitely that one is definitely on the pipelines. And again, can you see, guys? People want to know these things. It's not me. It's not us. It's not us. It's people, your people. Because I like Uncedo saying that to us as Spaza fans. So he mentions Uguti he's a Spaza fan and he wants to know what's happening. What's happening.
I'm also very happy that our followers or our subscribers, they are aligned of what exactly is happening with the artist is Baztanda. Like for instance, in Ganyamba, the crew, or like the crew in Ganyamba, like what's happening with them internally, So yeah, these are the things that we really want to
exactly because people are still. It shows people are still following them. People are still interested in their craft. They're still interested in their music, and also still interested in them being a unit. So bayakhathazeka xa bebabona bengekho together. So yeah, we'll talk to them, sit and chat and hear what's happening. Because also it's I think Boyona, it's very new. Yeah, but so it's a fresh and yes, but they were willing to talk to us. They are willing to talk to us, so we'll talk to them. We'll find that out for you guys. We are here for that, right? We are here for that. And then the others are like dope interview. Pizzo is low key funny. Pizzo is shit funny, guys. Like Pizzo is funny. Sit with him, get to know the guy. You'll see. We laugh all the time when we are together. He's shit funny. Legendary from UZB, and then the others are like Naked Minds. 100% umlilo. Yeah, it's just like great comments from abanye, so there's no need for me to, go through it. Yeah, no, there's no need. So yeah, that was a great review for Naked Mind. I feel we can do better, man.
Yeah, definitely.
We can definitely do better, guys. So if we can just keep on commenting and subscribing and liking, we can do so much better, and we can take because this is not just about us, the podcast or the people behind the podcast. It's about your artist, us giving them or showing you what made them start, how was their journey. Some of them had a rosy journey, some of them did not. I highly doubt though ukuthi ukhona umuntu that had a rosy journey kwispaza nje in general. But yeah, so it's not about us. That's why I'm stressing about like and subscribing and your comments. They mean a lot, and also they give your artist ela themba loba, okay, our people are still there, our people are still, yeah, but because some of them banakho ukukyafa, we're not gonna lie. That's why kukhona le podcast today. Kukhona ukukyafa, because I know with the podcast it started because the one were saying Spaza is dead. So we were like, okay, because Spaza artists are still there. Let's chat to these people and let's ask them what happened to Spaza, because people are saying Spaza is dead. Hence the podcast today. Yeah, well, that's how this whole thing started, guys. Because people are saying Spaza is dead, and the proof your people are still here. They are not dead. Yeah, bon. Abanye babo bayakhupha nokhupha. Still releasing. Episode number 3. So this episode. Are you in the house? That's all I'm gonna ask. Are you in the house?
That question has got so many people asking themselves questions. But am I really in the house? Yeah.
People are not sure whether they are in the house or not. That was a great analogy, by the way.
Yeah.
Great one. So episode number 3, we had Ezo Upambene. He still goes by that name on his socials. There was so much to unpack here. I think most of the time was the interview, we always finish up with that was not enough time. But we can't give you guys imagine if we would have a 3-hour-long podcast. You'd be bored. We can't do that. So as much as there's a lot to cover, there's so much to talk about, still we have to. I'm going to be with you by 3 hours.
No, they can, but it's just that it's way too long.
Yeah. I know, guys, I would get tired.
I'm sure don't lie.
Yeah, I mean, I love talking, but not kangako. You imagine, even on radio, like I do radio shows that are 3 hour long, and I have music in between.
Yeah,
in between. Yeah, and I have adverts in between, so I get to relax nyana. So I cannot just 3 hours again. When I'm Sai, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming through again. We will let you know, they are always there watching. So shout out to you.
Shy?
Msai. Msai. Did I say Msai just now? Sorry, Msai. I meant Msai, guys. Shout out to Msai. Thank you so much. And I think he's subscribed already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's subscribed. Man. You imagine. The OG, guys. The OG. A manager. Yeah. The OG. Omsai know that. Abongile Tolibadi. I hope I'm saying your surname correctly. If not, I apologize very sorry. Uti, we need part 2 of this. The time allocated for Azo was not enough at all, especially because he goes all the way than other artists trying to be on the right side, not the truth side. You can tell he was still warming up. Great one, as expected. Big up Culture TV. Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. Abogile. Look, Uba, that part where he says you can tell Azo was warming up. Yo, dude. He was.
He even got angry at the end, like, niggas, chill.
It's like, niggas can't come here and tell me I was not, how I was not in the house, How I was not, yeah, dude. I was like, yeah, man. He's like, tell me how the hell you can say I was never in the house, So yeah, Azo was definitely warming up right there. I feel like we had gotten him very warm and fuzzy. I like that. You know, it's the one great thing about being an interviewer is to get people to, give you that warm thing, that so Tina. Yeah, they give you that, they give you that thing, that juice. But the reaction of being angry, being, you're doing it.
He was in it. He was in it.
Yeah.
You could tell, Gucci, this thing, it's legit, it's
Yes.
not cap, is not
And
actually.
you know what, actually, it reminds me of Indio Guti. Someone said, la interview ga Azo was so honest that if you guys would redo the interview, he would still answer Gangela Hlobo because it was all true.
Hence I'm saying, it's not cap, it's from him, straight talk.
Straight talk. Straight talk. Look, I always say to people, artists come on here and we want to hear their story. We want to hear about their journey. So it's up to one what they disclose, what they don't disclose. It's unfortunate that kuba khona amagama wezinye artists. For instance, kule episode ka Azo, there was a lot of Phoenix being thrown, yabona, and not just to Phoenix. He mentioned Fumasho as well. Mentioned nabanye. I mean, for me, I understand, but it's a bit of but it's his story. There's nothing I can do. His story and each journey ka Azo, it comes and goes with that he mentioned. So it's not like us again being juicy or being messy. Stories ka Azo, we didn't even know what happened.
I'm still asking myself, why did you not mention Ukiri a lot, man?
What? He did not really have a beef, man, no Kidio. I think he mentioned Ukido and he mentioned no Kido. If we are kapela, because he even said Ukido and for him, he feels Ukido was riding on a wave of some sort. Yeah,
at that time.
At that time. So if we are Eve again, it meant there was really no beef between you guys. Yeah, but ingade iyeklando became mention of beef is staged. Yeah. So I don't comment. Nobody actually nani busy la wave bakukho beef, so we don't know.
But at that time I don't think not that I'm
you have information.
Yeah, or about judge or something of the level of thinking. At that time your stage beefs.
You don't think so?
I doubt they were in that kind of a
they
mind
thought
frame.
of it though. They did try and there were some of it beef. It was staged. So when are you saying that time? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I think babe, because I know for a fact babe in fact, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna tell. I know for a fact because I know as an artist that would say, what do you think of, we're trying to do this, what do you think? Because remember I was artist management, right? So as an artist would come to me for an advice.
Okay. On
to do. So I would advise, but hey, maybe not, maybe yes, maybe yeah. Yeah, so I know for a fact, back then they thought of it. They thought of it. Because there was a time where beefs and that were like a fashion. Yabo?
I think I take my words back then.
Take them back, sir. Ulungisa, I am not gonna comment. Ulungisa is crushing on Usis Fundi and he's like, great interview.
Interview, this guy.
No. Thank you. Shout out to you, man. Uti, who's this guy? Usonjika. Is, I think, is how you say his name. Uti, great interview, Fundi. What I like, you ask real questions that we would like to ask.
Yeah, but it comes back again.
Okay.
People are burning there. For 10 years, they've been wanting to ask the same question, you know?
So, again, when you say it comes back, it's not us. We are asking what people want to know. Yeah, but it's not us, bana. We're trying to be juicy. Spice. No, it's not us, guys. We are just the middlemen between the fans and the artist.
Yep.
We are just serving. We're serving. Yeah, but
serving both sides.
Giving people what they want, basically. The song is like, please interview C's next time so we can get an in-depth of understanding of how the song Nomvitri came about. Okay, I'm not gonna say why I'm laughing.
You know something?
No, I'm laughing because I'm on that song.
Oh, okay.
I'm on that song. That's why I'm laughing. I'm on that song. Usis is my cousin, by the by. Like, we are blood. Not like is the distance. No. My dad and his mom, brothers and sisters. So we're literally blood. Okay. So Usis, man, guys, you can't say Uzanom to give podcast for just one song. Yeah, but I mean, I know he's not a one hit wonder. Yeah, he's not that. He's got a lot. I mean, we're using Enyingo Mayake for the podcast. Intro. Shout out to you, Kazi Uwakwan, that he did with Upin Code. Yeah, so I know he's got a lot of other songs, but you can't say let's bring him on because of that one song. You know, no, guys, come on. And I know the song that actually made Usi's, maybe let me not say, let's wait until he gets here. but it's definitely not Nomvitri. But I understand, because that song is very emotional. We had just lost Utabswampa, Mama Kasiz. So that song was dedicated to her. So you're a very emotional song. But yeah, I regard Usiz as a younging man. But Usiz, actually, remember we said, as artists, as youngings, were like fans before becoming artists. I would say that about Usiz.
One of them.
I would gladly and proudly say that about Usiz. I say that comfortably because yes, he's my cousin, so and he knows that because Usiz, he started writing with me to events and ciphers and all of that, and I introduced him to people, and then he started recording. I was actually surprised when he dropped his ingoma. I was like, I always knew that he could sing because he vocals as well as much as he raps. So I always knew he can sing because in we sang a lot. Everyone can sing at home. So I knew he could sing, but I did not know he could rap. So he surprised me when I introduced him to the guys, and then he started because obviously and the guys will be way better than me.
Yeah, for sure.
Mine, because I'm not gonna go chill no Empire Studio. I imagine. So he would go chill with Empire and stuff like that. So I think that's when his stuff. But yeah, we'll wait for him to come so he can tell the actual story, how he came about. But I do feel he's a younging man. Sambi, he would be that bridge. Usiz and I don't know. I'm not going to category because I was gonna say Usiz and Kirio. Kirio is like a young OG. He's young, but he's an OG.
Yeah.
Kirio. So I can't say because I feel Kirio is like the bridge between the OGs and the youngings. Ukirio has the best of both worlds, basically. And a lot of umculo ngoku that's being released now, Kidio did it back then, guys.
Yeah,
Kidio did it
I'm like,
way
check it out,
back
man.
then.
It was done before.
Yeah.
Into yangoku le,
Yeah,
you know?
and people were actually criticizing Ukidio by no. He
like a
did it.
bubblegum
Yes,
type of-
he did it back. The trap, all of that. Kidio did it a long time ago.
I
But
think it's got that ABCD kind of rap.
yeah, ne? Kidio is genius, man. He's genius. I'm hoping to get him alone, Jay, just to talk, because I feel good. It's like, season 1, we spoke to Phoenix alone because I felt Phoenix as an individual artist had a journey on his own, separate from the crew. No, not to say Uti, we would not love to have a backyard. Of course, we want to have backyard as a crew, but I feel Uti Bane Okidio and Phoenix especially, they have different separate journeys within Ispaza, whereas we be part of the Naked Mind, Naked Mind, we be part of the backyard, we be part of the backyard. So I feel Uti bona separate. That's why we did Phoenix on season 1. So it would be nice to get Okidio on season 2, but the boy does not even have a phone right now, so it's kind of hard to get a hold of him. Usually Ukidio, I used to be very lucky with him. It's like he knows when I'm looking for him, he'll look for me as well. So I'm kind of hoping uba God's there to they talk again. Bamzis. Yeah. Okay, so and then add to Siko song. Please interview. Hey. Oh no, be comment Siko song ne. Uti masizwe nosizi. Yeah, I hope uphendulekile pha, but we will bring the youngings, but we just want to start with Amahrotman right now. Ulihle Gcuwe sithi yena part 2 uyafuneka apha. Great interview. Almost everyone feels like that nge-interview ka-Izoba part 2. Uti this nigga is gag honest. Yeah, ne. Omnyuti yena, Bravo Luri is like, yo, violence gaga. And then Jazz is like, damn, Azo, bro, yo, we are gaga. Itenya, you in a drama, like gaga. Okay, like, so I'm not going to go through all of them again because this thing is Funda. But yeah, what else can we say about the interview, guys? Because there's something that I put a pin on that I was going to talk about. Do you remember what I was saying? I think I don't know, man, but I think I was talking about, I wanted to touch on feels of niggas and how people were, I think this episode in particular, people started to feel like, yo, kuzoqhaqha file. Type of vibe, yeah. But I think in particular, this episode in particular, people were like, "Yo, qhaqha files." That means the next artist is Zion. Now, qhaqha file. No, let's set the record straight.
It's not like that. It's just that now you wanted to sing and yeah, but he honored the invite. The questions were not even tailor-made, or questions kind of his preparation from
specifically
before,
him. Yeah,
it was just the normal questions that we ask. But again, he answered the way he wanted to answer those questions.
I think that's like another thing. If you follow usually podcast and you listen to us, you would see, but the questions are all the same. Questions are all the same. We ask the same questions from zonke artists. So our artist up we ask any question and then omnye singambuza, because we're trying to show Uti this is like it's a uniformed type of vibe, a podcast where we are trying to find out one thing: what happened to Spaza, and like we are trying to get the artists to tell their journey, tell their story. Ukuthi ke umntu istory sakhe usichaza kanjani and with who involved. Bantu benkosi, please. Please understand, we can never be blamed, or we can never be and asizothi no, don't say.
Yeah, true.
We can't do that. It's the story side. It's like we said before, but if in your story, you crossed paths with umdotile and mhlawumbe it did not end well, or they were not even, it was not even good. We can't be blamed, guys. What happened to Istori say, it's your story. Look, because remember, Buzo, we had a chat about Uzanomdu, or that has been mentioned, so that they can say their story. That's because we're not trying to so this is what I'm going to. So imagine after the interview, Madness, we bring Opizo again so he can. It will be a never ending.
Exactly.
It would be a never ending.
Back and forth, unnecessary.
Because then we lose what was this podcast about.
The purpose.
Yes, the purpose is not to get them to fight. If anything, the purpose is to unite them again, and to get them to do songs again, because we love them together. We don't want them to fight. We want them together. So yeah, I think le podcast ka Ezo, it brought a lot of. There was so much controversy around it, and so much fire. I can't say I hate it though.
I'm sure Abandu are still even talking about it even now.
I think, people are still talking about it. I think it brought a lot of controversy, but also it was fun, man. You can't lie. You can't lie. It was fun. Come on, people.
It was not like we've been forever, but they need to come out.
Yeah. And they happened, Mos. It's like this is
not
a
podcast, but yay.
Someone would have asked, and it would have came up anyway. It had to be asked, I guess. So, Lisa, but we're not sorry because Asenzangant. Episode number 4. Madness. Shoo. Okay. Shoo. Leo. I mean, Musa say something.
No, look, with the madness, I really, look, I enjoyed Umchita and the conversation. Now, I think he came with, not that he came with an agenda, but I think he came prepared because he kind of knew about, okay, these are the type of questions this is Ambuza so he actually. Let me
look. I beg to differ there. I beg to differ as to why he came prepared.
Why you say so?
I'm gonna tell you why I say that. I'm saying that I think his downfall. He watched a podcast Zabanye and most probably watched a podcast Ka Ezo and liked that energy, and then tried to to maybe get on that energy, ka Ezo. But now, Ezo was not fighting with anyone.
Hence, look, I think he came with an agenda. He knew I'm here to destroy A, B, and C, and D,
True. I'm begging to differ with you. Prepared. Also, why I'm saying that, because also, there were so many questions that I felt he did not reply to. I see Futuguti Abandu on the comments. I like, you don't give Madness a chance. Let me go through the comments. Because I don't want to. Utom, thanks, Fundi. You asked the real questions that we all want to ask Lamachita. But thank you so much, Lunono. I'm glad that you guys are getting something out of this. City and Profound. It's crazy how Madness jumping in and off all these questions without really answering them. I was like, thank you, Profound. Thank you for that, because there's also one I'm gonna read. Even there is nice about me, because this is for me. I take this as Ilandu. Nance. I take this as constructive, So I'm not gonna not read them. Usnotando Sonoba is like interesting podcast. I watched all episodes. However, I feel like Fundi, you should talk less and let the artist talk more. Like Madness was saying, he wanted to say more. but couldn't because you asked enye into esathetha ngenye. I feel like he wanted to tell us more about a naked mind, but imibuzo yakho stopped him from that. And also, please construct your questions accordingly. You can't stop an artist from telling us about an emotional story and stop him to jump to a question about how many groupies he smashed. Come on, Fundi. Don't focus more on asking questions. Focus on the artist sharing his story. There's a lot that we missed from Madness because of your questioning. That's a thing, a comment from Usnotando Sonwab. Now, going to Lalanduka ka profound or go to Madness jumping in, and I'm gonna take on both of these guys, ne?
Yeah.
Because Usinotando is like, he feels what I stopped to Madness from saying. If you watched even from the very first go, when I asked Madness a question, first of all, he was nervous, the nigga, ne? And then when was nervous, he came prepared. He prepared himself, but what he was not prepared for was that as preparation did not come first. True. So I did not ask the very first question. So the question came out and then was stumbling and then started stumbling a lot. Because if you watch the interview, and please watch it again, properly, because I feel what Usnotando is referring to. There was a lot of times where I had to with pendula, fill in gaps because athe or answer, or axakwe uzayiphendula kanjani na, uyabona. So there was a lot of that in the beginning of the interview, and at the end of the interview, I think lenda ithethayo ye emotion. It was when we spoke kind of up. I don't know. We were talking about indoni kahle kahle, and then he jumped back. Kulando ka smash yoguti. I'm gonna tell you something. What something about that. When he came with Lando Bana, there was even a child involved. So he wanted to talk on it, but he didn't want to talk on it also. Yeah. Me as an interview.
Look, I don't think he was actually forced to talk about it. We didn't know about it.
We didn't.
It was a shocker. Because
we're like,
so I guess he wanted to let it all out.
Yeah. But also at the very same time, yeah, because he was also very constrained. But and phone man. If you listened, he even said, "Ba uzoneza nthethe and phone." Yeah, but and he said the reason he didn't want to expose Uslash because he had done Uslash wrong, so he didn't want to expose ezinye zezinto that he had done wrong. Ezizophetha zijongisa Uslash again. Yeah, but so I took that as indobana. He's admitting that he's done, because he did admit that he done wrong by Uslash. He did admit that. And now what he was saying was, don't make me say ezinyizindo because they're not going to look good on Umchita. Yabon? Because it's like again now, Indo 80. Another
one.
Another one. Yabon? So I don't think that when I see Snotando, thank you for saying that. And I think I definitely will watch, because one thing I am is when I'm interviewing people, I'm always right here with them. I'm always right here. I never miss a word they say, because, do you know, as questions, if you are a radio person, if we interviews, you will know. As questions that you ask your guests, zipuma from what they say. So like you get like your follow-up questions from what Umdu has told you, yeah. So, and for that to happen, you'd have to ube ummamele.
Yeah.
Kakuhle, in order for you to actually know. So sometimes I get a vibe from my guest and I continue because of the vibe I'm getting from them. Sometimes I also, as an interviewer, you have to respect the boundaries. What is it that they want you to go to? What is it they want you to not go to?
Yeah.
And you can't force it. Enga feel comfortable. You quickly move, because the reason I moved there, Madness said plenty of times, but andifuna reveal ezinye izinto.
So there was a lot behind, or there was a lot that you would have said,
Yeah.
if we were
Yeah.
to go deep. But
Papa.
I bet we've got less than 10 minutes. So bathina abanye abantu.
Yeah. Let me go to abanye abantu. Hey, nansi into yami iphuma apha. Let me go to abanye abantu quick if my thing allows, and check it out. Also, while on that, there's the part of people. Hey, piece of selfish. No. I think that also got people talking by, because I was also quite stunned. You left because Pizzo is selfish, and Pizzo on the other hand is like, I don't know why he left. So it's like,
But to be honest, not that okay is taking sounds up, but like, come on. The reason he left because Pizzo was selfish, because he didn't want to record him and all of the other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, come on, would you validate that as a reason for you to split, to leave a group? I think there's something that is hiding.
Which goes back to the point yalona ukhalazayo and nalona ebesithi ezinye ze questions uyazi ilanduze yabo, because why don't dwell on Londole? What do you mean? Because he kept it at just that.
Yeah.
But what do you? Because Tina Wilagaibo, we know. Because if you remember, I even said, well, you two were staying together. Because Upizo mentioned, "Babehlala boy two yena no madness." So how are you not? How is this person not recording you? Nihlale studio.
Hey, dude, so I'm trying to think now the setup ke studio. Piz was busy doing beats
and you're right there.
Now he beats in the like really.
Then if that's what happened, then Piz was really selfish. And another thing with Lando of Pizo not being selfish is it's like. Oh, and again, it goes back to his comments as by two of Omnia City Madness fumbled ukuphendula imibuzo yabo. Omnia City, I stopped him. It goes back to that, but because I asked him a number of times, did you sit down with Pizzo and say, dude? Because I would assume that if we are doing this podcast, it's me, it's Ubuzwe, it's Litha, and I'm not happy ngento yenzwa Litha or ngento yenzwa Ubuzwe. We're gonna sit down and talk, right?
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna walk out and never come back, right? Like that's what I was, and I asked that question so many times. But I did the conversation. And you first sit down with the person and you say, and then you decide, "Bana, I'm gonna leave," right? But again, I don't know. I don't know what he said answering that question, but I'm sure. But Ikona Upper City corner, he doesn't remember. Yeah, but so it's like, ish, guys. I don't know, man.
I think it's something else, man, besides that reason. Because for me, it really like what you're saying right now. Umbuzi, the bike say, did you guys sit down?
Yeah.
And the bike say, no, man. Nah, man. I've been watching you doing all these beats in front of me, and I got nengome one, they sing one.
Wait, what do you?
Jesus.
Yeah, so it's like again, I think mhlambe umuntu ufrustrated part yobana he wanted to hear into his tea, but really, guys, to be honest, and on not to shit on Madness, but a lot of people feel he really jumped around the questions. As Nins, he jumped around a lot of questions. Yeah, he said what he said about Ezinye, but even with that, he didn't elaborate. He was just like, yeah, he was selfish. Yeah, no, he did not really sit on and say istory sakhe the way we wanted to. So, yeah, mhlambe I did stop him from answering. Maybe I didn't.
We never know.
We'll never know. But if I did, saxolisa. We can only learn from it. Yisto is like interesting podcast with our favorite artists and presenter Fundi. Oh, thank you. I'm also a favorite. With wonderful questions, what we always wanted answers for. But I think you guys need to extend questions in time. Or if questions are fine, let them talk. There's a lot they could tell us, and we want to know, and we want them to clear their chest out and make peace again. And I can tell Ispaza will come back with a huge wave in no time.
Most definitely. I believe so as well.
I think that's why we're doing this podcast, because we are trying to revive also. There's so many reasons, man, for this podcast. As much as we are trying to revive the wave, Spaza, because back in the day, Spaza was the shit.
It was the age.
The shit.
I mean, like every corner you go, Spaza,
you know?
Training, except people that had cell phones back then. They used to bump Ispaza like from school, was there. Sort of to school and from school,
dude,
you know.
Artists were starting to even like babene clothing doors. That's how big they were going.
Yeah.
So you can't just leave London.
I remember the website, man. Yeah, that people used to download thing on my phone.
Yeah. There were so many. Oh gosh, you can't live in particular.
But yeah,
if we're talking about the same one, it would even show the top artists. Download.
Yes,
so you would sit on number one for no, and it would,
it would create la vibe.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, no.
La competition.
And then City, hey, Litha is like, hey, season 2, you got to the struggle, guys. And there's so many other comments like abanye like Fundi, abanye bring umashonista, abanye bring kid, thank you Buzo and Fundi for this. A comment from Pizza. The episode Madness is like, thank you for the clarity. Yeah. Also, you know what? I like how Upizo, I cannot mention, I like how Upizo took this thing. Like he didn't feel some type of way. I feel Upizo understood a podcast from the word go. Because abanye we're not happy with izinto ezithethwe ngabanye. Yabo, if like umuntu uzovimention igama lakhe and then umuntu uzofeel some type of way, again I had to explain a lot of times, but this is that person's story.
Yes.
And unfortunately your path nalamntu had crossed, and asiyazi thina uyichaza yena ngokwakhe how nadibana and sathini istory sakhe nawe involved. So there's really little I can say or do about mentioning Ulanduza. And with Madness talking about everyone wanted to know why Madness left. I think that's the Madness even said on the show, but he still gets questions as well. Why did he leave? So true. I like how Pizzo just like understood and took it as a team.
He manned up about it.
Yeah.
And I know there's so many of the comments that we have there, but because of Matlesha, we really have to now actually.
Yeah, we have to get a move on.
City bye guys. And please, man, do like, share, and subscribe. Even with social media platforms, and do the same things and tell.
Please, guys, we cannot stress this enough. We need you to subscribe in order to keep the podcast alive and coming. And for sure, ngenye reasons ezobangela ba even more artists, even ezinye bezingafuna uthetha zifuna uzothetha kubona xa bebona bana we have so many people subscribe, because then it shows ukuthi you guys are interested in their stories. Therefore, they will want to be they will want to be part of the podcast. And they will want to tell the story. They will want to answer your questions. We have very big plans for the podcast. We have very, very big plans, which of course we can't disclose. We're hoping they come through and also involve even the fans plans.
Yep.
And I have to say, because we've been getting inboxes, DMs, all of that, people requesting for 3 months Cup. Guys, we did ask for a 3 months Cup to come through. They declined.
They declined.
They declined.
Yeah.
But they feel Uguti, they don't want to talk about their journey. That was the reason. They didn't want to talk about their journey, the things that happened. They want to talk about now. So mhlambe xa sesithetha about now. On that note, until next time, we out.
Yeah,
Subscribe.
that's what happened to Spaza.
Telling me now, telling me what I want up in the streets. Me live me life and me not stress.